All right, here's something that I recently redid. And I highly recommend that you guys do this. I don't know how often you guys change or update or go into places and hear stuff. I am a huge fan of going into, like, if my lady has me go into like a department store that I just don't want to be in, one thing that I hope is that they have like satellite radio on, because sometimes you catch some gems and stuff in there with music. So there's this one place that I ate. It was called Poke Bowls or Poke Brothers, something like that. And they were playing like this version of Crazy by somebody else, the original CeeLo Green song, and she was singing it slow. And I was like, man, that would be great and stuff for dinner. And then I heard another version of a George Michael song or a Wham song that would be great for cocktail hour. And I was like, oh, wait. So I say all that because I had to revamp my cocktail hour music and some dinner music. Like, I'm always constantly adding songs to my dinner crate. Always adding songs to it. But my cocktail hour music, it mainly had like some older music, like James Taylor and Frank Sinatra and all that stuff. And I wanted to switch it up and give a little flavor and stuff to it. So I have folders and stuff on my Apple Music that I use on the iPad. That I have a country cocktail hour, I have an urban cocktail hour, I have a oldies cocktail hour, but I didn't have just that one that's just kind of all purpose cocktail hour, kind of give everybody a little bit of something. So I took time this week and a little bit of last week, and I just went through all my Shazams and everything that I did and tried to figure out why I Shazammed that song. Because if I feel like I'm not going to use it and stuff as a dinner song, or I hadn't moved it over to my dinner crate, it's like, why did I Shazam that song? So I took it and I created about a 2-hour all-purpose list of songs, and I just took them, put them all over into my cocktail hour crate. Now, of course, you're not going to need to play 2 hours worth of music, but it can serve multiple purposes. If people had to stand outside longer, or if it was taking longer to do something, like, you've got 2 hours of music that you don't even have to worry about. And I encourage you to, if you have not updated any of your dinner music in quite some time, and you kind of go into these venues playing the same old songs, dinner time is a great time to test music, because people are only just listening to music, and you're not hit with the fear of dancing. You're not hit with the fear of, are they going to leave the dance floor whenever you're playing a dinner music song? So, like, I like to test music and stuff out there. Like, when I went to Rick Webb's wedding, Nick and Santi, man, they were playing some stuff that I was like, I would have never thought to play that and stuff. Or they were playing some stuff that I had in like early dancing. They had that in their dinner music. And I was like, oh man, like, some of this stuff just makes sense. So I was just Shazamming and stuff away. Like, yeah, I need this. I want to do this. And so I tried it this past week, and it sounded great. It sounded great. I had some people kind of like vibing and stuff to it. I was vibing and stuff to it. I like to have fresher music and stuff on there. So I did enjoy, change or reordering some stuff so everything doesn't sound the same, because even coordinators and stuff that I deal with and stuff that I, have on multiple occasions, once they start figuring out what song you've got coming next, you've played the list too many times. If they can pick out what songs you've got coming up next, like, oh, okay, right after this song, watch this, he's about to play this. Yep, I knew it. Like, it's going too far then. You've played it too many times. So I encourage you, and I task you to take some time and go to some of these department stores. Department stores are notorious for playing great music that maybe you have not thought of, and songs that maybe you don't come across every day. And I would Shazam them, and I would add them as soon as you can, and get you it's not even an emergency crate, but an all-purpose crate for your cocktail hour or for your dinner or both. Because like my dinner folder right now has about, I want to say like 115 songs in it. But of course, I never play all 115. I usually get down to about like maybe 40, maybe 50. So I know that first 50, that's why I start incorporating stuff, and stuff that I've played before just kind of gets pushed down and pushed down. But those can also be emergency songs, like if I had to throw on something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always prepared, so I don't get rid of them just in case I need to throw it on. Like I'm prepared for anything. So when they tell me, oh, the bride needs to get her dress bustled or something like that, it's going to be a little bit longer, I'm like, no sweat. I'm not over there panicking like, well, damn, I only got 45 songs and we on 43. Like, she gonna make it? Am I gonna have to repeat? So, that's why I say I just prepare for those situations and make sure that I've got enough music and enough good music. And sometimes you can even start going into dancing music because of some of the music that you have. Like, I've got some songs, like some Stevie Wonder songs for dinner that I can lead right into early dancing music. Like if I had to do an early dance set, or if she says, oh, we want to skip this, we want to go right into dancing, but you thought you had a little bit of time. That's cool. We already in the section now. I can just switch right over seamlessly and we're ready to go into dancing. So it just makes life a little bit easier. And that's why I'm stressing so much on these crates on this MacBook, on this MacBook Pro, because it's very volatile. I have to have those. I've worked way too hard for those to just be an afterthought, or for me to have to redo. That's way too much work. I've done a lot of work on these. So I just highly encourage you to make sure that you have great music and make sure you're updating your files. I would say I'm probably going to do this technique probably 3 times a year. And I'm just going to keep doing it until and just keep finding gems. And just keep finding gems. Because I know a lot of the stuff gets repetitive. Gigs and weddings and stuff can get repetitive. These are ways to keep things fresh. This past function, I had to play a good bit of fresh music, which was good. Allowed me to really teeter-totter with some songs and really play some different stuff. So I like being able to revamp stuff. So, I mean, I encourage you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think and stuff down in the comments and stuff below. And let me know what you guys think about that, because I just think that, it's worth doing it. It's worth doing it. So